So I just watched this video about wasting money on AI coding tools like Lovable, and I thought I would give my own opinion as a non-coder because I've been using all these tools, Bolt.new, Lovable, Cursor, Windsurf, all of these tools to create apps. So I thought it would be good to give a non-coder's opinion on all of these tools because this is changing every single day, getting frustrated with some tools and finding new workflows as a non-coder, right? It's like I don't write any code, but I'm able to create apps, websites, all this stuff. Okay, so let's start with Lovable. So I do like how easy Lovable is to use. Like, for example, I was making a course platform here, and I think this was done with like one little prompt here, and I was able to create my own course platform, which is cool. Like, if you want to teach stuff and you want to have a course platform, it did everything for me, the authentication and all of that. So it's just loading up here. So we have like the different course, you know, it looks pretty cool. That's amazing that I can save, $100 a month from using Teachable or something like that to using this. So the whole course section is done here. So that did that in one prompt, which is pretty amazing. I suppose what Robin is saying about Lovable is the price, and yeah, it does get quite expensive quite quickly, right? So you only have 5 messages on the free plan, so that's it really, and then you have to start paying, right? So let's have a look at the pricing now. Okay, so this is the pricing. So for $20 a month, we have more limits, right? So we have 100 messages a month for $20. So obviously you will kind of need that if you want to try and properly build something out. And then yeah, it just goes up and up. You can get 5x the monthly limits, 30x. So it's like it's going up to a lot of money, right? If you are want to scale this up and use this tool a lot. So I made this for another video. I thought it'd be important to show here. So, this is Bolt, what I use a lot to just create things quite quickly, and for me, it's good for all sorts of websites and SEO. I really enjoy just creating stuff like small little mini tools like this. I find super easy to make. I think Lovable is slightly has the edge for, authenticating users and adding payments. These kind of a little bit step more complicated. They have a little bit better. It tends to not get stuck as much as Bolt does. Bolt can get stuck and you can get stuck in a loop, right? Especially when you don't know how to code, right? You can easily get stuck. So I think it's best for MVPs, right? Where it's like you just want to build a minimum viable product for a business or, for yourself, just to show something that it actually works. So I've done that in Lovable, but I won't be creating the rest of the product there. I will be creating it in Windsurf because I find that's the easiest one to actually work with, and we'll actually look at that in a minute. So I actually created a course platform that you can learn about Bolt.new by myself, and I think people are a bit skeptical that non-coders can't create these things, and well, I did it myself, right? Even though I didn't write a line of code here to do all of this, added the video, added these little things. And I'll show you inside the platform now. So yeah, this is the course platform that I made, and I have all my instructor notes, and the student could put their notes at the bottom as well. I even made myself a little admin section to add new videos and manage my videos and take feedback and stuff like that. So the possibilities of these tools like Bolt and Lovable, they are there, right? We can do a ton of stuff and set up real businesses with them. I think it's possible even without knowing how to code. But if you want the real power of AI coding, I do think it is better to use something like Cursor or Windsurf. So in terms of Bolt's pricing, it's more about tokens. So I guess I think it's a good way. It also comes up with a message if you're going to use like a ton of tokens, then that, oh whoa, it's going to cost me a ton of money. So I like that. It warns you, because I was trying to build a calculator there the other day, and it said, oh, watch out, this is going to cause a lot of token usage. So it is good, because in a way I think it's better, because some messages you only want to change a tiny little thing, especially when I just, sometimes I just want to change, something tiny, like I want to change this, and then that would cost one message, which is 20 cents under Lovable, but this won't cost much money because it'll be very few tokens used with Bolt. So I prefer this pricing model a little bit. It is obviously a bit more difficult to understand because it's like, how many tokens is 10 million? I have no idea, but I found that even though these are the same prices as Lovable, I found that I can actually do more with this. Like I've moved up to the $50 plan because yeah, just using this every single day to create stuff. So yeah, it obviously is getting expensive, but I've still got 11 million tokens that I have to use in the next 23 hours. So yeah, it probably was because I was building out the course a lot and other things as well. So as for Windsurf and its pricing, they've actually lowered their price a little bit. So I paid this; it's only $10 a month, right? And yeah, you get 500 premium model user prompt credit, so you can send 500 messages. It's a ton of messages compared to Lovable, where you get 100. So it's like 5 times cheaper. In the other video, the guy said, "Yeah, it's expensive." I mean, maybe it is a bit more expensive than Cursor, but for me, this has worked. Anything I need to do, I have plenty of credits. It's not a problem for this $10 price. So I really like that. I do have a referral code down below that gets you an extra 500 flow credits. Don't really know what that means, right? It's kind of the actions that the AI is doing, is like calling this and all of that. So yeah, I don't really know. I understand that, to be honest, but that will be an extra 500 credits if you do want to sign up for this. Yeah, I get 500 as well, but to be honest, I'm not even using all of these because yeah, I've plenty of credits. So this is what Windsurf looks like. Okay, it does look, a bit intimidating, I suppose, with all these buttons. There's like tons of stuff here, but really what you just need to do is open a folder, open up a new folder, and then just start. You press Control L, and then this panel over here opens, which does everything. This is the cascade mode, which does everything. So you can also open it up as a preview so that it looks, similar to the way that things look like in Bolt and Lovable. So it's pretty easy to do this. You just ask it. I don't code anything. I just keep asking. And I like the way down here there's a chat feature and a write feature. So if I'm just a bit curious about something, I was like, why is that happening and how do I do that? Then I use the chat. Otherwise, I use the write and it does things for me. Like it does so many things for me. It downloads all installations and things that I don't understand. I can commit things to GitHub. I don't know, I don't understand anything. I just keep doing it, and like I came up with this pretty cool website. But there's always going to be a few mistakes. So they also have this like element thing. So it's like, look, it works really, really well. You can see that it works really fast. This was a Bolt hackathon website that I was making. So actually it's not written correctly there. So I can just like select that and say change to Bolt hackathon. Okay, and it will just change this here. So, pretty cool. Obviously, it's not going to use a lot of credits or flows, but if plenty of credits, I wouldn't worry about that too much. Cursor, on the other hand, it is similar. It's not too difficult either. But I found when I was trying to do things that were a bit more complicated, like adding MCPs and this thing, if you've heard about that, it's kind of like an AI agent that can kind of go out to the internet and come back. Like I have one that searches the internet for me, so if I need to add information from online, then it goes out and finds information and can add there for me. So they're pretty simple to add as well. Okay, so it didn't actually come out the way that I wanted to. This is what I wanted to change. So yeah, in this case, I probably would use Bolt. It's just easier and faster to do these things on Bolt. Whereas if you want to add something a bit more powerful, like an AI form, the quality of the output here, though, is like, if you can see this one, I did all of this with this windsurf, right? So it just looks really, really nice. If you can see the boxes and all of this, I prompted this to be like this. If you do want to get started with something like windsurf, I'll leave this link in the description. It's like repositories from GitHub. So just open up the Windsurf app, and there are thousands of these. So whatever you want, like let's say we want to get a blog here. So this is the GitHub repository, right? So everything is stored here. So what I can do is just copy this link, and now if I want to open a new folder, right? So I just say open folder, and I can just give it a name. So I just start a new folder and say blog, right? So I've opened up Windsurf, press Control L. So I'll just say open this GitHub repository and show me a preview. Okay, so you can see that it's literally doing everything. I just keep accepting here. There is something that you need to add here, some sort of GitHub thing here, but it tells you what to do. So I just did that. And yeah, just follow exactly what it's doing here, and you'll get to open it. Okay, so I just got this opened. I just had to accept a few things and then just open preview, right? So super easy. You have a starter template there that is free to use, and then obviously you can just use your credits here and just change what it is you want. I think the important thing is now is like, what do you do with this, right? So one thing that I definitely recommend is setting up your own GitHub profile. It's not that difficult to do. Just try to set it up, right? So a while back, I created like this was the first thing I ever made was like a to-do list. So I'll just say go for a run. So it's really cool that I could just make this stuff, my own personal things. That's the best thing about these software tools. Just have a play with them and try to add your own touches to them. I've been making my own little apps for myself just to listen to one song, for example. So I want to listen to one song every day. Whatever it is you want to do, you can personalize it, right? So you can see just connect it. You set up an account in Vercel. This is like a hosting platform. It just hosts your website or whatever it is you're creating. And then you just connect your repository. So you save the file in your repository, ask Windsurf to do that for you. And then there you go. You have your website. This one is being hosted by Vercel, you can see. And then if you want to change the domain, you just need to go to the domain there, simple as. Okay, so there you have it. I actually think you should be using both, like one of these, either Bolt and Lovable type tools that are easy to make the first drafts and stuff like that, and kind of Windsurf Cursor as well if things get a bit complicated. I know that makes, things a bit more complicated to use too, but for me, there's just so many use cases that like Bolt is just so much faster at pushing stuff out. I do a lot of SEO. So for me, Bolt is fantastic. I can just publish a website or a tool or something like that super fast, right? And then, I don't need to go to Windsurf and do all those extra steps. I think it makes it more complicated. If you want to build like an AI SaaS, something more powerful, then yeah, go for Windsurf or Cursor. Personally, as a non-coder, I think Windsurf is much more easier to use. I mean, Cursor is still not that difficult, really. They're very similar, but for me, I was trying to do like AI agents and stuff, and I was totally lost with Cursor. I did not know what was happening. It was like doing all this crazy stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm lost now. Whereas with Windsurf, I was able to install these MCP servers and get the AI agent to go out and take screenshots, and I can see my preview. So it reminds me, I can see, because I think as a developer, maybe people don't mind that you can't see, but when you're not a developer, it's you want to see what you're doing because otherwise it feels like it doesn't exist, right? So that's it for this video. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this.